Did you know that an estimated 46 million turkeys are consumed on Thanksgiving Day in the United States alone? But this day is not all about scrumptious meals. So what exactly is Thanksgiving? And what is the economic impact of Thanksgiving behind the aroma of roasted turkey, homemade stuffing, and the warmth of gratitude? We have answers to all of these questions and more, so keep watching. Thanksgiving Day in the US isn't just about devouring turkey and pumpkin pie, it's rooted in history. Originally, it was a time to celebrate the year's harvest and count blessings. Americans gather with family and friends for a classic Thanksgiving dinner, expressing gratitude for the good things in life. The idea for this feast goes way back, inspired by the 1621 gathering between the Pilgrims of Plymouth and the Wampanoag people, right after a successful harvest. The Wampanoags, a Native American tribe, had supported the Pilgrims during a harsh winter, providing food in exchange for the Pilgrims' alliances and protection against another tribe. Thanksgiving's roots in New England date back to the 1600s, when it was more of a religious affair, with services and prayers. As time passed, many communities began celebrating it annually as a harvest festival by the late 1660s. The first president of the United States, George Washington, declared the country's initial Thanksgiving celebration in 1789. Fast forward to the 19th century, when Sarah Josepha Hale played a key role in making Thanksgiving a national holiday, when the US President Abraham Lincoln backed her efforts in 1863. From then on, every president continued the tradition, officially establishing Thanksgiving as a national holiday in 1941, celebrated on the fourth Thursday of every November. Thanksgiving in 2023 will be the 402nd anniversary of the first American Thanksgiving. It's a significant milestone in the holiday's history. Today, Thanksgiving in many American homes has evolved quite a bit. It's not just about its original historic roots anymore. Instead, it's a time for people to gather, cook up a storm, and enjoy a hearty meal with their loved ones. Turkey, a classic dish on Thanksgiving, wasn't a sure thing back in the Pilgrims' 1621 feast. But fast forward to now, almost 90% of Americans chow down on this bird in various ways: roasted, baked, or even deep fried, according to the National Turkey Federation stats. Alongside the turkey, there's a lineup of traditional foods like stuffing, mashed potatoes, cranberry sauce, and pumpkin pie that complete the feast. Thanksgiving isn't just about indulging in good food, it's also a time for giving back. Many folks volunteer on this day, participating in food drives or helping out at free dinners organised for those in need. Parades have grown to be a massive part of the holiday, helping in cities and towns across the US. The Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in New York City, a spectacle that began in 1924, is a standout. It attracts a crowd of 2 to 3 million people along its 2.5-mile route and gathers an enormous TV viewership. The parade showcases marching bands, performers, and impressive floats featuring celebrities, along with iconic giant balloons shaped like famous cartoon characters. Getting together for Thanksgiving with family and friends is a big deal for a lot of Americans, but it's also smart to keep an eye on how the feast might hit your wallet. According to the American Farm Bureau Federation, last year's Thanksgiving dinner cost about 20% more than it did in 2021. They crunched the numbers and found out that in 2022, the typical 12-item Thanksgiving feast for 10 people was estimated to be around $64.05. That's a jump of $10.74 from the average cost in 2021, which was roughly $53.31. The main reason for this price hike was inflation, which made it harder for people to stretch their budgets. But hey, this year things are looking a bit better in terms of food prices. Inflation's still a thing, but the rate at which food costs are going up has slowed down, giving a bit of relief to many households. Up till September this year, grocery prices went up about 2.4%. That's actually less than the overall inflation rate, which was at 3.7%. This time around, food retailers are thinking folks will be even more careful with their cash compared to 2022. They're all about these Thanksgiving marketing moves to pull in shoppers, with discounts, deals, and low prices taking the spotlight. Now, here's some interesting news. Experts at the AFBF are saying that buying a turkey might be easier on the wallet this Thanksgiving. That's because cases of highly pathogenic avian influenza dropped, and the US turkey population has been bouncing back. Back in August 2023, the average cost of a Thanksgiving turkey, weighing at around 8 to 16 pounds, was $1.27 per pound. That's a whopping 22% drop compared to the price at the same time last year, according to the latest American Farm Bureau Federation Market Intel report. And guess what? It's not just the retail costs taking a dive. Wholesale prices for turkeys this October plummeted by a staggering 29% as per the report. So why the sudden drop? It's a classic case of supply and demand. This year, there's an overflow of turkeys in the barn. The industry brought in 2 to 3% more birds over the summer to make sure we've got enough for the big Thanksgiving feast. On top of that surplus, other costs like transporting those frozen turkeys in refrigerated trucks have gone down. That helps cut the cost per pound too. Oh, and a hot tip for the savvy shopper: hold off a bit before buying that turkey. The big discounts usually kick in 2 weeks before Thanksgiving. Grocery stores go all in, slashing prices and counting on us to fill our carts with all sorts of goodies once we're in the store. You might not realize it, but Thanksgiving is about scoring some incredible deals. As the leaves turn gold and the holiday vibes kick in, businesses are getting ready for one of the biggest sales weekends of the year. Traditionally, it used to be all about in-store deals kicking off the holiday shopping season, but things have changed a lot since then. Nowadays, we've got Black Friday and Cyber Monday stealing this show with the most massive discounts and offers. But hold up, Thanksgiving sales in online shopping have been gaining some serious ground. Last year in November and December 2022, a staggering $5.3 billion was spent online on Thanksgiving, according to Adobe's Holiday Shopping Trends and Insights report. According to the 2023 Holiday Intentions Preview report, Thanksgiving tops the chart for food-related purchases. More than 88% of us are planning to get in on the Thanksgiving action, and over 96% of American families plan to celebrate with a scrumptious meal. The food industry is having a huge gain. Chicken and turkey meat production, vegetable farming, fruit and nut farming, restaurants, catering services, grocery stores, warehouse clubs, you name it, they're all benefiting from this Thanksgiving buzz. And guess what? It's not just about the food industry. There are other winners too. Traveling also gets a big boost. Back in 2021, 34% of Americans planned to hit the road for Thanksgiving. And of that, a whopping 24% were vacation bound. This means hotels, hostels, B&Bs, and all those cozy spots had a great time welcoming travelers. No doubt this holiday season is an amazing opportunity to kick back and enjoy quality time with family and friends. But hey, let's not overlook some of the lesser known sides of Thanksgiving and, of course, the folks who laid the groundwork for this special day. Thanksgiving roots run deep in history, but there's a darker side to it. We often hear about the Pilgrims and Native Americans sharing that iconic first meal, but the full story doesn't get as much spotlight. After the first feast, things took a turn. European diseases wiped out many Native Americans, and the settlers enforced their ways on the native people. There was this war, King Philip's War, sparked after the death of a Christian convert named John Sassamon, leading to a brutal conflict where the English terrorized and killed many Native Americans. Today, Thanksgiving is a time of reflection and mourning for Native Americans. And it's not just the historical aspect. Thanksgiving impacts the environment too. A typical dinner for 12 around this time releases roughly 103 pounds of carbon dioxide. From cooking to ingredients, it all adds up. Turkeys, the star of the show, contribute a lot to that carbon footprint. The sale of over 45 million turkeys on Thanksgiving, more than Christmas and Easter combined, doesn't help the environment. Plus, it's not just the environmental impact, there's the ethical side too. Turkeys go through tough conditions in factory farms, and the overconsumption at Thanksgiving isn't doing it any favours. The feast itself often leads to overeating, with people consuming around 3,000 calories in that one meal alone, causing potential discomfort and health issues. But it's not all bad news. Amidst these challenges, there are some perks. Those holiday foods, if consumed in moderation, actually pack some health benefits. Take turkey for instance. It's not just a protein powerhouse, but also contains B6 vitamins, which can boost metabolism and immunity. So there's a silver lining in those Thanksgiving dishes. But it's not just about the food, it's a moment to pause and reflect, with over 85% of Americans agreeing that gratitude is an essential part of the holiday. It's a time for family, with about 53 million Americans traveling more than 50 miles to be together. What's great is that it's not just about indulging in the feast, it's also a moment of kindness, with approximately 28% of Americans volunteering or donating to help those in need during the holiday season. So whether it's the mouth-watering dishes, quality time with loved ones, or the spirit of giving, Thanksgiving brings us all a little closer, fostering gratitude and community spirit in a special way. In the end, Thanksgiving is a complex but cherished holiday, embracing both its challenges and joys. So how will you embrace the essence of Thanksgiving this year? What traditions will you honor? And how will you give back to your community? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our latest videos.